Okay, so I know you hear the phrase, "This is the best time to start FGO. This is the best time to come back to FGO." This is 100% one of those times. Not only is Castoria and Morgan on rate up, scroll down. Yeah, not only are they on rate up for this, to the highest grossing servants, bar none, that FGO has released. If you think Morgan Banner and Castoria do not have the historic highest like gross amount of money made, you're joking. Like, Morgan was one of the most 120 servants on JP for a while. Castoria is one of the best servants in the entire game, arguably the best, and they're both on rate up right now, or they're both going to be on rate up. So if you've never gotten Castoria, now is the time to start farming and try to get her, because she will change your account. Morgan, she is very, very good, but it really depends on your account. If you don't have Vitch, you're gonna see different mileage out of her. You have Oberon, you're gonna see some crazy shit. But just the banners alone, these banners alone, good time to come in. But that isn't the reason to come in. The reason you want to play, to come back or start JP is this. For the 3,000 day anniversary, they're going to let you pick any 4-star servant that hasn't come out this year. And I know that it's sad for a lot of people. Vargas, Summers Suzuka, Lacosta, Dorudana, Chloe. This one, them not putting her in here, kind of kills the value, but it's understandable for clairvoyance reasons. Like, I am 100% sure they're not including it for clairvoyance reasons, because NA players will skip out on banners if they know they can just pick, if they knew they could just pick it from the ticket later this year. That's honestly what I was thinking. I would while I was taking a shower after I read this, and because I didn't fully read it, I'm like, there's no way they're actually gonna give away Summer Chloe for how many people for how good she is. There's no way they're actually gonna let people pick her. And lo and behold, they don't let anyone from this year be picked. Not even Tlaloc, who's a permanent. They're not letting you pick her. Fair is fair, I get it. But you are allowed to pick any story lock servant. Now, is this going to be a guide on what servant you should pick? Fuck no. You think I have time to review 109 servants? Go look at my tier list if you actually want, and my subjective opinion on what's one of the better 4-stars to pick. Just go to one of the top tier list, to one of my tier lists, and pick one from the EX tier. If that's all you care about, just do that. What I'm here to say is pick whatever unit you want. Don't go for meta. Don't go for what some other guy tells you, oh, this is the best servant. Pick what you want, because it's a 4-star. It's they knocked out Chloe. If you could pick Chloe, I 100% would have said pick Chloe, because she is the only 4-star that actually has a dedicated farming method around her. There is no Chloe is a 4-star that impacts the meta as much as Scotty does. Are we gonna see double Chloe as often? Fuck no. Obviously no, because Chloe's a limited 4-star. And the meta, the Scotty meta, the Castoria meta, the bitch meta, they're there for a reason. Is double Chloe gonna does she pump out way more damage? No, she lets other units actually do it. Units that normally could not be farming. That is why I'm not putting as much emphasis, because they already nixed the strongest unit you could have picked on here. Yeah, am I gonna just go through and say which ones I like? Yeah, but I'll be honest and just say which servant I'm picking on my ticket for my main account. Daiko, Where are you? Daiko Kuten. The rats. Why? Because I got MP4 fucking Bunyan, and she's not likely to be on any other banner other than Bunyan. This is what I mean by you pick units that you want, not what some other guy says, because it always depends on your account. If you're picking a limited 4-star servant, you are going to get enough servant coins that you can get in a pen for a unit you already have that's MP1. Summer Wu Zetian, if you only have MP1, and you only go to Bond 5, you're at 75 coins. If you get one copy, that's 125, and you can get an append if you want one. That's how I'm seeing this ticket. If you don't care about getting a new unit, you should be trying to like either make a unit you do have and you like better, or do it for like an append unlock. For a lot of these limited, it's probably going to be for the append unlock, especially a looper like Daiko. I have been wanting this servant for MP2 for so goddamn long. If you look at mine on JP, she is maxed out as much as she could be, but her farming's always going to be scuffed because I could never get her mana loading. Now I'm going to have her mana loading. But that's me personally. I love Quick. I love Daiko, but I got fucked so hard on the banner. I'm like traumatized and never want to summon on a banner with Super Bunyan ever again. Like Bunyan is like one of those servants for me that he is summoned so stupidly easily, or was summoned so stupidly easily, and now I'm scared to actually summon on her banner because I wouldn't want her. If the 4-star is like really good, I'm like, but now I'm safe from that. So any servant here, like in my personal opinion, any servant here that's his permanent, less value, but if you really want them, like Prince of Lang Lang, I don't blame you. I would go for story lock servants, or like me personally, I say go for any servant that you don't have, you want, but you don't want to summon on a banner for. Like you are very stingy with your ports. Don't waste your ports. Pick from here. Yeah, so for sabers, if you ask me which saber you should probably pick out of this list, Vargas or Saito, in my personal opinions. Vargas for solo and just being a good unit in general, and Saito for like single target arts forming. Like the more copies of this guy you get, the like easier it is to loop, and like the more you don't need units like Dioscuri, because Saito is gonna do that job and like literally just as well. Like MP3, like if you have high copies of Saito, you don't need Dioscuri. I like Dioscuri, but Saito, like his base arcs res damage is higher. So if he gets overkill really quick, he's just gonna like refund a lot easier than Dioscuri. But Dioscuri does go really as fast. It really is personal preference. Saito just is rare. Well, I mean, yeah, because he's unlimited and Dioscuri is technically permanent, but we all know the deal with that. Not just because it's permanent doesn't mean you're likely to get them. On archers, bias Zenobia. I'm biased on that. Bobbin C or Yobi Hime. Oh, Osaka Hime. Yeah, these translations, Elena. For archers, again, it's biased for me, but Sith and Zenobia. Like, I know I'm choosing a permanent, but like that's highest value. Lancers, Percival. You don't have Percival, you get a Percival. Make your life very easy. And then on the limited, I know a lot of people like Melt, so you can go for Melt. Yeah. Actually, never mind Percival. If you have like more than one copy of Melt already, I would actually go for Melt. If you only have one copy of Melt, I would go for Melt over Percival, just because you can get Percival in the future. You might not want to roll for Melt in the future. Riders, if you choose a Stelfo, you must really like that character, because I get spooked by Stelfo literally all the time. Like I unironically might have the coins to 120 him, unironically, because I think his appends are maxed out on both my accounts. On this list, if you only have one copy of Mordred, I would say pick Rider Mordred from this. If you only have one copy of Rider Mordred, I would say pick Rider Mordred. Like, even off. Yeah, I would put that in priority, because MP1 Mordred is sad damage. MP2 is slightly better. But Mordred is someone you need as many copies as possible, because her looping is fine. Her numbers are fine, but her damage is like fucking pitiful. Like, out of any unit in the game that hits noodle damage, Mordred is the one that actually does hit noodle damage. Like, pausing, looking at this real quick. He is someone that if you don't put Black Roll on, like, her damage is very bad. It's not good. Like 100,000 damage, and like even double, I don't want to say double Castoria, but like if you're not using double Castoria, your damage is not good. Like, you have 2 stars, 1 stars that out damage her. Sometimes her MP1 damage with their MP1 damage. That's how badly they screwed this unit over. They have given her no, like, the answer right now is get higher copies. But her looping is just that fucking good that it's like, yeah. I would definitely say out of Riders, Murasaki or Mordred. Murasaki for single target arts, riding, and she's like one of the best at it. Very good niche, just very functional kit. And then Rider Mordred for farming. Bastards, this is bias. This one really is pick whichever one you don't have, and it's whatever. Edison is rare-ish. I don't have him on any of my accounts, and he can do good like cooldown reduction stuff for the party. But if you have Vargas, she kind of does the same thing for a certain comp. But for me personally, Daiko, he doesn't get that many banners, and like the 5 stars they put her with aren't usually that good. I know she went on Raid Up recently, and I think the banner was okay, but I just didn't want the unit on it. Yeah, let's bring up Daiko. Okay. Yeah, right. She was on Raid Up recently with Bunyan. That's why I skipped it. That's why I fucking skipped it, because I'm traumatized. Yeah. So, he has only ever been on Raid Up with Bunyan. I have MP4 Bunyan. I never want to get another copy of Bunyan in my life. I mean, maybe on my NA account, but that's a different story. I'm tempted to skip it. I'm tempted to just roll on Tamamo and call it a day on that banner, really. That's how like done with Bunyan I am. And I'm not saying Bunyan's bad. I'm just saying like I am mentally traumatized from my experiences. I could have not had Oberon on my main account. I could have not. It could have just been MP4 Bunyan. I might have summoned a monitor if that happened. Okay, back to this assassins. What do you got? So not, yeah, assassins. My personal opinion, you really shouldn't. If you were going to pick assassins, it would probably be for Guchan, because these two are summer servants. Okita just got a buff. No, these three are summer servants. Okita just got a buff. Ushi got a buff last year. Nido Chris, and they need to do what they did to Saber Shiki and like make it so she doesn't insta kill on MP first. They need to do a stealth buff on her if they haven't already. But assassins doesn't have much to pick from. Zerx. Herc. If you don't have Herc, I would say pick Herc. Because MP1, MP5, it doesn't matter. Just have a copy of Herc, get him to bond 10, and then you're cooking. Then you're cooking. And again, I keep bringing this up, like interspersed with videos, but if they ever do something to servant coins where you can use Herc's bond CE, which gives him 3 guts, and then combine that with any other type of CE, holy shit, Herc is gonna pop off. Give him another gut CE. Give him another gut CE or some shit like that. Give him like Black Rail. Give him like more crit damage. Like, imagine how nasty Heracles can be if he could use a CE other than his bond CE. So Zerx has a lot of permanents. Momiji or Kajikijo. He's okay, but she's not someone I would pick. Say, unless you have Ruler Scotty, I wouldn't say pick up Say unless you really like Say. Bryn you could get away with, but I do think she's not fast enough for a lot of people. Like, her gameplay is a little too slow. She can do farming though. Bryn definitely can do the farming now. But I think she'd gravitate with Chloe more than like double Oberon. And last but not least, we have the extra class. So Estrella is probably one of the best neutral servants in the game, besides Iris. Like, if you had to choose between this one, it would be Iris and Estrella, because they are units you can use anywhere, and Estrella is tankier, but has a very special niche against evil, where you're going to do like some really stupid shit. You are going to do some really stupid damage with Estrella while being decently tanky. Iris is the exact opposite, where she is she's gonna draw units to her, debuff the shit out of them, and literally nuke them. Iris is the hardest hitting servant probably in the game with ease of use. With ease of use, she's probably the hardest hitting unit in the game, because she does not give a shit. She doesn't give a shit about what other type of niche. If you are a servant, if she is fighting a servant, she is going to get a lot of stacks of this. She's gonna get a lot of defense down. This is not her ceiling. Not even close to her ceiling. If she is fighting someone, hang on, let me bring up Summaries. How much her damage actually goes up. Okay. This defense down is not when the taunt goes away. It's when she gets hit. If you can make it so Iris is getting hit, the only servant getting hit on her team, you're going to inflict like 90% defense down by the end of it. 90%. This, hold up. This is capping out, and let me zoom in a little bit more. This is capping out at 3 stacks. As long as you're fighting a servant and you can curse them, this is what your damage is looking like at MP5. So Even MP1. MP1. You can forget this whale shit. MP1, look at this fucking damage. She hits harder than Jolter, who was the highest base attack in the entire game. She hits harder than her. Now, Jolter doesn't have any niches. That's why. Iris has 3 different ones, and one of them is assumed to be active at all times. But it's not hard to actually have it up. That's the thing. That's the real thing with Iris. It's not hard to have the niche up. Just like Robin Hood. Very similar to Robin Hood, that her niche is just going to be like assumed. This is ridiculous single target damage for any other class in the game but Moon Cancers, because you're not going to bring an Avenger to fight a Moon Cancer. That's bad time. And in comparison to Rulers, Estrella, when she hits evil, is kind of hitting there. Kinda. But yeah, no. Estrella is tanky and does very good damage. Iris is ridiculously bursty and is going to like knock down a couple bars before she has to go. Before she goes down. But yeah. 100% it's between Estrella and Iris. And because Iris is limited, more value there. Now, there are some other things going on with the campaign. I wanted to just talk about the SSRs. Again, I'm not going fully in depth. That was just my opinion. Pick whoever you want. I just said like what the value of what servants are on there, like rarity, like their overall strength for JP player that's been playing for over 2 years, has all these supports. That's just my perspective. If you like have all these units already, again, pick whatever one you want. If you are a new player, maybe go for my advice, but like again, it's really a ticket like this, you don't get it often, and it's your choice. Don't pick a servant that's meta that you're gonna never like. If you don't think you're gonna like using the servant, don't get them. Don't get them. But if you like want the servant, don't want to summon for them, there you go. All right. So let's talk about the other stuff now. We're gonna run through this a lot faster. I don't usually do like full breakdowns on this, but no, actually I do. I do it a lot more often than I think. So as long as we get the retweet campaign, we are gonna get a free multi, but it's like a million like interactions or something. Oh no, 100,000 interactions on it's just on Twitter. 100,000 reactions on Twitter or reposts. Shit. All right, so limited missions, all this stuff. We get a little bit XP, a little bit of foes. Just nice stuff. Just nice missions that like aren't gonna take you long. But you are gonna have to use the unit. All of these are saying use the unit. Like in my room, raise the bond level. So if you do pick a servant that you already have another copy of, and I believe it says it here. Yeah, if you already own the exchange servant and have already accomplished the milestones, it will already be counted. So for me, I'm picking Daiko. He is definitely bond 5+. So half of this shit and level 80. So all of this shit is going to be done almost instantly. It's probably going to be the my room and just use Daiko, and that's it. And then on Sunday, I'm going to have a whole bunch of fucking rewards. Even more ports. 18 teapots for logging in. Teapots double the bond points you're gonna get, and you get apples too. You're gonna get 18 teapots to double your AP. If you are already in the end game, use these on storm pods. Don't use them for events. Don't use them for other 90++. It's not fucking worth it. The math is gonna show that you will get far more out of like roiding out on bond points, like CEs, and going for a storm pod than using them in any other place besides very special exceptions. Very special exceptions like story bosses that that reward a really stupid amount of bond points, say after certain very hard encounters and certain lost belts. Like y'all gotta know what I'm talking about. Any JP player knows what I'm talking about. A goddamn spider. But yeah, unless you haven't killed the spider yet, use your teapot on storm pods. And if you're able to use, like, obviously if you're able to use storm pods, you already killed the spider. Yeah, so comeback bonus. If you haven't played the game in a while, come back just to get the ticket, and then you get free rewards. And then extra power while using the servant. Increased chance to increase their power, or yeah, leveling them, double XP. We already have half AP off for this. Like this is something I really do have to note. The training grounds are not going to be half off, but they're all going to be unlocked. The XP will all be unlocked and half AP. If you need to level units, get it done now, because JP has consistently stated that they want you to have all your units max level. It helps you on rewards. It just gives you, like, you get actual sand quartz for it. You get pure prisms, rare prisms if it's a welfare. Take advantage of this while we can. And then, like I said at the start, Morgan Castoria on right up. So, I really, and we don't want to put the nail in the coffin. Genshin, third. I don't want to kick the hornet's nest on this. Like, I really don't want to. Like, I don't want to immediately say that this is better than Genshin's anniversary rewards, because the way I see it, an anniversary is all of the events that come with it. It's not just the login reward. But if we're doing apples to apples of login rewards, FGO is giving out a free 10 pull just for Twitter. Genshin, you get a 10 pull if you log in every day. Yeah. How? Because I really don't want to make the big comparison, because I do think Genshin is a good game. It's just not for the people that started playing it 3 years ago. a lot of the people that started playing Genshin stopped playing because they developed the game in a way that wasn't what we thought it was going to be, but that's just COVID. Genshin probably was never what we wanted it to be, but we saw potential. It is what it is. I'm enjoying FGO, despite what a lot of people might think. Like, the gameplay might be outdated, but I still do enjoy it. I do like turn-based like this. That's why I like Honkai as much as I do. Like, I pretty much drop Genshin for Honkai. But that is it for me. Again, if you have to take away anything from stuff I say on this channel, just log in on Sunday. Just log in. If you don't have to download it, if you like just haven't felt like logging in because there's nothing to do on JP, just log in, pick your ticket, and then go back to doing whatever you're doing. Because this ticket, I'm pretty sure, is not permanent. It's probably gonna go away. You're not gonna get a choice of doing this. You have a week. You have a week to be able to like get it and get it done. If you care about it, you'll do it. If you don't care, don't worry about it. Just don't. All right, that's it for me. I'll see you guys later. Peace. Thank you for making it to the end of this video. If you enjoyed, drop a like or sub. Hope to see you in the next one. Peace.